So then guys, we have the brand new iPhone 17 Pro model. It's just been released from Apple. But a lot of you guys have wanted to know, how does this compare to last year's iPhone 16 Pro model? So today I'm going to do you a review of specs. I am going to compare just the normal Pro model, so the iPhone 16 Pro versus the new iPhone 17 Pro, and see how it compares in the actual sort of specs and technology that we've got inside of it. And with that, let's begin then with this comparison. So what we've got right here then, we've got the iPhone 16 Pro on the left and we'll have the iPhone 17 Pro on the right. And like I said, this is going to be the complete technical specifications analysis or review of specs as it were. So let's begin. So this is just a brief version of, say, all the specs and everything. So as we can see here with the iPhone 16 Pro, the screen display is exactly the same. It's a 6.3-inch display, what's OLED, and we've got a 6.3-inch OLED display on the 17 Pro. However, we do have more nits in brightness, what I'll talk about in just a second. But for material-wise, the material has changed. We've gone back to aluminum and glass now, whereas before it was titanium and glass for the 15 Pro and the 16 Pro. And we'll get onto that a little bit later. But then we've also got the A18 Pro chip inside of us compared to the newer A19 Pro, we'll talk about as well. And then the RAM obviously was 8 gigabytes in the 16 Pro, what is now 12 gigabytes in the 17 Pro model. And then also with the front-facing camera, that was 12 megapixels, been the same camera ever since the 14 Pro models, and now we have an 18 megapixel camera on the front now, what's also, about 1.5 times, or about, I'd say about 50%, better than we've got before. But for video recording, we also have 4K recording on the 16 Pro, what's great. But we do have the new 4K RAW Log 2 recording ability now on the 17 Pro, what is fantastic to actually have. Now for battery sizes, then obviously this has changed a lot. Look at this. So we used to have a 3,582 milliamp battery. This is now a 4,252 milliamp battery. This is the biggest upgrade that a normal Pro phone has ever had in battery size. So this is a huge leap forwards this time to give better battery life. So as you can see here, the 17 Pro brings out significant upgrades across performance, cameras, and display technology. And with that, let's go more in depth with the display and screen technology. So, like I said before, we did have that 6.3-inch OLED display. This is in both of those phones, and both of them have that 120 Hz Pro Motion display as well, which is fantastic. But this is where the brightness goes. It goes up to 2000 nits on the 16 Pro, but we can go all the way up to 3,000 nits now on the 17 Pro. What is absolutely amazing to have as an option here. This is brilliant to have. It's really going to help out when you're out and about in, daylight, shining down on your phone. This is going to really help, or even artificial light too. But then we've also got that surrounded by titanium and glass and aluminum and glass. But overall, as you can see, main thing I would say to take away is the 50% brighter display here, but we still got that amazing premium OLED display in both of these phones. But let's talk a little bit more further about that build construction and those materials. So like I did say, we did have titanium and glass. It's now aluminum glass. Now, some of you guys might be thinking this is going backwards, why we've gone back to aluminum, but there is a reason for that, and that's to do with heating, thermals, what I'll get onto in a moment. But a big difference, what you can see, is the thickness of this phone. We do have an 8.25 millimeter thickness compared to 8.7 millimeters. To be honest, this is not a lot really. This is not even going to be, say, a thickness of hair difference in size. Remember, that's points of millimeters difference here. So it's not even, it's around about 0.5 millimeter difference. There's not going to be a lot in it. Now, obviously, I'm going to say titanium is stronger than aluminum. But what I am going to say here, what you will see later on, there is a lot of benefits why Apple decides to switch to aluminum and not stick with titanium, and also for their phones going ahead in future years. But let's have a look then at performance and processing power next of all. Well, we had the A18 Pro, what was fantastic. And then obviously now we've got the new A19 Pro, what is brilliant too. Both these are made up of a 6-core CPU and a 6-core GPU. The CPU itself, though, is made up of 4 efficiency cores and 2 performance cores, but the GPU, what I will say in the A19 Pro, does have those new kind of neural kind of cores to help them out as well. It's going to be interesting to see how that all works out. But another big change is also the RAM. So this has been, an extra 4 gigabytes of RAM this time round. This is fantastic to see. This has gone up to the likes of 12 gigabytes instead of actually having 8 gigabytes before. So this is definitely great to see. But then with the actual processing power, we have got basically about 25% more CPU, 50% more RAM, and the GPU is around about 30% more powerful than what we had in the A18 Pro. What is really good to see here. But moving on to professional photography, we have some differences here too. The front-facing camera, the selfie camera, or the, one that you want to use on the front, whatever you want to call it, FaceTime, whatnot, it's now 18 megapixels instead of 12 megapixels. This is a lot better. The telephoto camera is also a lot better too. We're up to 48 megapixels now we've got on this instead of the 12 megapixel. The ultra wide and the wide is still the same before what is the likes of 48 megapixels, but it's all 3 lenses, all 3 sensors are now 48 megapixels. And this does also mean that we can get an optical zoom of 8 times, but that gives you a chopped down version of, say, 12 megapixel at that kind of range that you have there. But overall, we're getting about 1.5 times better selfies. We're getting 4 times the amount of megapixels that we had before in the actual telephoto. And then obviously we can also do 4K RAW log 2 recording, what I'll talk about in just a moment, what you can see right here with the video recording capabilities. So the iPhone 16 Pro could do 4K recording, what's great, but we've now on the 17 Pro have got the 4K RAW log 2 ability. We can also do dual recording now, and we also have some enhanced other features too. So this is definitely great to have these key improvements now inside of the likes of the iPhone 17 Pro. For connectivities wise and Wi-Fi, well, we do have that new N1 chip made by Apple. This is the Wi-Fi 7 chip, and it is better than what we had in the iPhone 16 Pro with its original Wi-Fi 7. This is now even faster, as you can see right here. What is fantastic news to hear with this one. But the main benefits behind this is that obviously it works with the Apple ecosystem. Apple built this from the ground up. And then obviously the power efficiencies, it's optimized for performance, and it has enhanced security abilities because it's been built by Apple themselves. But then moving on then to battery and thermal management, and this is a big one here. If you look at the battery sizes, they are a massive difference here. Like I said before, this is the biggest jump in battery size we have seen in a Pro iPhone. So yeah, we've gone from 3,582 milliamps to 4,252 milliamps this time. So an extra 670 milliamps, what is amazing to see. Then we've also gone with MagSafe charging. It is the same, however, we do have Qi 2.2 now, so this does allow the Apple accessories that support that does work. So for example, like a power bank, for example, it's Qi 2.2 MagSafe. You could connect that on the back and you could charge this at 25 watts, what is fantastic to see. Then the cooling system. This is why, a big reason why we've gone back to aluminum. So with this, then we have that new vapor chamber. And what that allows us to do is have even better cooling. So with charging up your phone, it's going to be even better. It's going to be cooler to do this. Also recording at, those telephoto and also those 48 megapixel cameras. This is going to help a lot. And then also doing hardcore gaming for a long time or pushing out that processor. This is going to help out a lot here, having that vapor chamber and then also having the likes of aluminum, aluminium with that. So this is great to see. So overall, for summary and recommendations, the iPhone 16 Pro versus the iPhone 17 Pro, is it worth the upgrade? Well, personally, I wouldn't be saying if you've got a 16 Pro right now, I probably wouldn't be upgrading, except for 1 or 2 scenarios. One is you absolutely thrashed your battery in the last year. You need to have it better. Also, if you are a content creator using things like that 4K RAW log 2, yes. Also, if you're using telephoto zoom, all of the time. Not just that you go on one vacation a year and you might use it, or go to 1 or 2 festivals in a year and you might want to use that zoom capability. I'm talking about using it day in, day out. Then it's probably worth doing it. If not, I would definitely be waiting to go to the next generation at least, or possibly even the generation after that. I would not be upgrading, in my honest opinion. But it is good to see some upgrades, what we've got over the iPhone 16 Pro. So I think then, guys, it's obvious that obviously the iPhone 17 Pro is definitely a big enhancement over the iPhone 16 Pro. But what I would be saying is, if you still own an iPhone 16 Pro now, I wouldn't be upgrading to an iPhone 17 Pro. I think you need at least a couple of years of upgrades of features in the models to actually make it worthwhile for you. But, you know, at the end of the day, the iPhone 17 Pro is definitely still a great model out there. You know, we've definitely got better camera system. We've got a better battery life inside of this phone, better brightness and display, better performance, you name it, some great enhancements inside of this phone. And it definitely is worthy of buying. Personally, I'd be saying if you've got, say, an iPhone 14 Pro or older, it's probably worth upgrading to this. But really, a 15 Pro, maybe, maybe not. Depends if your contract's up. But 16 Pro, I'd definitely not be saying to upgrade. But let me know what your thoughts are on this. Are you going to be getting yourself an iPhone 17 Pro or not? Well, let me know in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. As always, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye-bye.